Hi everybody, John here. I have Peter, a Tesla enthusiast, especially when it comes to full self-driving, here from Germany.
John, thank you for making this happen. Thank you very much.
We're going to test out full self-driving on one of the coolest roads in the world. 18th Street has been dubbed one of the coolest streets in the world by Time Out magazine. And this is one of only 4 streets from the United States that made the cut.
I'm really looking forward experiencing full self-driving myself and not always seeing only YouTube videos about it. And it is much more restricted in Germany or in Europe than here in the United States. So we only have the basic features which are not superb to the competition. So I have to travel all the way to US to see it, how it could be.
We're going to go over the top 5 differences between full self-driving and autopilot in the United States versus Germany and overseas. Really looking forward to this drive. We'll see you guys on the other side. We are all set to take off. All I need to do is single tap down and the car will take off. As you can see here in this parking space, it's already mapping a route. It's in gray, as you can see. It's already trying to find its way, crawling out of here. And it's pretty neat. You can see some of the vector graphics in the image there. I'm gonna make this full screen here. And here we go. Immediately the steering wheel moves. And it accelerates. You notice how that accelerated?
Yes.
Really nice.
Really
So
nice
it's going
acceleration.
4 miles over the speed limit right now. So I have it set without the speed offset setting, which was added with version 12 of the software. They added this new speed offset. And what it does is it matches the speed of other cars on the road around you, but it doesn't give the driver very good control over the speed setting in and of itself. For example, you can scroll up to boost the speed, but it doesn't react very quickly. And sometimes it doesn't react at all. So what does work though, when you have that setting turned on, is you can step on the accelerator, then it will register that speed you're trying to add, and then it will maintain that extra speed once you reach the maximum speed you want. But for me, it's just easier to use the scroll wheel than it is to step on the accelerator. So for that reason, in the autopilot menu, I always turn that automatic set speed offset setting to off. So here you can see at this intersection, we've got a pedestrian there on the corner. You can see the bike lanes showing up, which is really cool on the side of the street. And it's actually, there's a bicycle image on the road. So I'm imagining the cameras saw that image and displayed it on the screen. And now it's permanently remembering it, even though it's behind me. Now, if I pull open my side cameras, very hard to see any signage for that bicycle painted on the road, but it was there. All right, so this road, I don't know what makes it so unique or so special, but apparently it's a very beautiful road. You can see we have a park on the right. We're kind of getting into this restaurant downtown area mix and feel, and we have a lot of Mexican restaurants on this street. I heard a lot of them are very, very well known. So we've got a lot of people here on the side, a gentleman running there, going in between cars. It's very possible that someone could come running out from between these cars. This is a really nice day. It's 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know, Peter, what that is in Celsius. I'm so bad at the conversion math.
Yeah, but it's something like 23, 24 degrees.
23, 24 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful day. You can see these people here on a quick jog on the right. Kind of cool seeing them all show up on the screen.
We got a car in front
We've got
of
a
us.
parked car. Take a look at this. We've got a truck there. It's going to go in between. It's crossing over that yellow line just very slightly. Did that really naturally. I felt very comfortable with that. I didn't even see those mopeds on the side, those motorcycles.
Yeah.
They showed up, and then I looked, and I was like, oh, yeah, there they are. That happens a lot, Peter.
Yeah.
I'll be driving. I'll see something on the screen.
Yeah.
You're like, where is that? It's like, I didn't even see that.
I can look in all directions at the same time. We can't do that.
right? Like that person right there. I saw him on
Yeah,
the screen. I
yeah.
was like, is he there? And I looked, and there he is. 2 people here. Let's see if it displays both of them crossing the road. Right now, only
Yeah,
one person
yeah.
being displayed.
Yeah, they're too close together.
Sometimes at the last second they'll show up. Well, there was like a ghost that showed up for a very split second. Someone should slap me for looking at the screen. That's one thing that is so funny is you'll get these messages that say, please pay attention to the road. And you know you're being naughty by looking away, but it's just too easy to look at the screen to see extra information. But I haven't had any warnings. I've been looking away. In fact, the steering wheel nag has been significantly reduced with 12.3.6. I really haven't noticed that being a need very often. Now, this is a really cool area. Look at that. Wow, coming out. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
That was really well done, wasn't it?
It
Didn't slam on the brakes.
Perfect behavior. Perfect.
That was really nice.
You couldn't have done it better.
So here's a replay of this exact situation. That car comes out, surprises both of us, but it didn't scare me. It didn't scare Peter either. We felt very comfortable with the way it slowed down. Everything was handled really well. Like it didn't slam on the brakes.
Perfect behavior. Perfect.
That was really nice.
You couldn't have done it better. I'm sorry.
That was really natural. Felt very natural.
Yes.
And they came out. They didn't even see us. They came out trying to make a quick move, which is fine. I think that's very normal. But it was fascinating seeing how the computer responded to that. Look at this intersection. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a pentagon.
Yes.
But I can see just that last little area. There was a lot of foot traffic. There was kind of some nice restaurants. It felt kind of in between like a modern day city and an older city. I kind of felt like a blend of old and new coming together. We've got a nice church or a steeple up here ahead. That looks really beautiful. But initially, when Peter and I came onto this street, we were near some bridges and a building where we shot the intro, and there was a lot of really colorful graffiti or wall art. I don't know that I'd necessarily call it graffiti, but it's really beautiful wall art. So I'm sure all these little things add up to make this the most beautiful street in the world.
Yeah, oh, that's really nice here with the trees.
Oh yes, look at this.
And the nice brick
look
buildings.
At this. Let's see how it handles this.
Oh,
it went around them so well, didn't it?
Yeah.
No problems there. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's so cool. All these people eating
the cafes here.
Now, if you look around, Peter, you're going to notice these people staring at the top of our car.
Yeah.
Because that GoPro really stands out hanging way up above.
Yeah.
Just as we passed that restaurant, I saw a lot of people looking up at the car.
What is he doing?
Yeah, what is going on here?
It feels so smooth and so natural. I cannot tell. I could imagine that you were driving. It is really smooth and incredible.
Yeah, so far, no interventions. It's very rare these days with version 12.3 that I have a disengagement. The downtown driving is very different compared to driving in these, I don't know if you'd call this suburban. This is kind of like a mix between the suburbs and downtown, this particular area here. But there's no substitute for driving in downtown Chicago, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. Bad roads, bad lane markings.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
Oh, you did taking care of him.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
It slowed down for him really nicely. These shots are so cool to see, so I'm going to slow it down to 50% speed and zoom in here. That gentleman's getting out of his car. You can see the door visualized. The car moves over in the lane. It did really, really well here. Here are our Mexican restaurants. Tortilleria. That was a weird name though. Tortilleria.
But funny houses here.
Yeah, here's again though some of the wall art.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Really good.
There's more wall art over there.
500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Well, I think that was it. You know, we just drove through supposedly the most beautiful street in the world. I mean, it was an interesting road, but I don't know if I'd necessarily call it the most beautiful. The road, I think if the road was freshly paved and
Now your destination
I don't know, maybe it was a different time of day, look at this.
That was perfect. Wow.
Yeah, it waited
Wow.
for him.
I waited for him.
Oh, it's pulling over.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we are finished with
interesting.
our. Yeah. Okay.
So it's just saying, okay, we're done.
We are done. That's where we wanted to go.
Well, perfect.
Okay.
I mean, we're
That
here.
was-
So,
yeah.
I mean, everything, no interventions, no
And
disengagements.
perfect handling from everything. The pedestrians, the car that came out, the car that pulled in front of us, and it felt good. I had a really good feeling. I didn't feel I was afraid that you do something, John, do something. It was fine. It was wow.
It takes a leap of faith and trust to allow someone to use the automated features in their car. But in all honesty, it's a lot safer than me driving just all by myself. It's like double. It's like it's taking care,
Yeah,
and I'm taking care.
Yeah.
So it's extra safe. And I think there's that big question mark right now about the safety with full self-driving. And is it legitimate enough? Is it worth it? You know, a lot of people are trying to justify the cost, but now it's $99 in the United States. It's $99 a month, which is a really great price, I think, to at least try it. And it's just going to get better. So 12.4 is coming out this week. And that's going to be a really big, Elon Musk said it's arguably version 14.
Yeah.
Or 13, where he says it's the next level
Yeah.
up. So he always says that, Elon Musk always says it's groundbreaking, it's world changing, it's going to be amazing, incredible. But we'll see. We're going to find out. Apparently, it's a lot of new neural nets and different behavior. So looking forward to that.
In 500 feet, take the Wacker
So the
Drive
speed
and
feels
the
really
left.
natural, doesn't it? It's not
perfect.
not too fast. It's not too slow.
Yeah. It's really perfect.
Now take the Wacker Drive ramp on the left.
See it right up here?
Yeah.
That's for them.
Yeah.
But watch,
Okay, that's
watch.
difficult.
See,
Yeah.
see it's showing up as red?
Yeah.
Now it's slowing down. See? But
But-
it's kind of doing...
Yeah,
it's
it's
going,
okay.
Yeah, I mean...
It was okay. It
was
was slowing
hesitating.
down. Didn't know exactly. So it was looking and said, okay, it should be fine. So
it decided it
Yeah.
eventually. It's got to get all the way over behind that Amazon truck. Or to turn right up here. I think I did the right thing, didn't it?
yeah, very good. Very good.
That was
Waited
beautiful.
for him. That was good. Now we got a lot of people on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are allowed to turn right on red if it's empty?
Yes, we can. This is like central Chicago right here. So back there, there's a lot of museums, and there's the Navy Pier, which is really nice. Yeah, your hotel is really in a nice location.
Yeah, it's a good location.
Millennium Park is really nearby.
Michigan Avenue is really great.
Mm-hmm. Look at all the people.
All the people here. Did you have a count? That is correct?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Because he can't see it. Oh, it's red.
I missed the chance.
Oh, it's green. Okay, that's interesting now.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? That's a good thing.
All the people here. Oh, good God. It's moving slowly,
Yeah, that's good.
waiting for its brake.
It sure is.
It's interesting. You see, after this guy is going.
Okay, I did have to step on it. It probably was
Yeah,
doing
he
the
wanted-
right thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It was waiting for him.
Yeah, you want to stop for him. There are no lane markings, but he is seeing all the lane markings. That is,
Right.
he knows exactly where the lane is, and I don't even know it. Just because there's a car in front of me. It must be the lane.
True.
Look, there's no lane mark.
Yeah.
There are some, but you can hardly see them.
So I speeded up here briefly. It gets in the wrong lane. This is a very challenging area with lower Wacker Drive, and it's just really hard to know which level to go. I don't think the maps are 3D. Definitely challenging for self-driving right now.
So I would say in Germany the roads are simpler.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's more, it's simpler,
Yeah.
and the people behave better.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah, they obey the rules much more.
So the top 5 things that are different between Germany and USA with regard to Tesla's self-driving functionality is, first of all, the feature limitations. And Peter, you were telling me about this earlier, how it's limited in what it can do just based on the fact that features aren't even available in Germany. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true, unfortunately. So you can buy the same features like here, on standard autopilot when you buy the car, and then enhanced autopilot and FSD. But now with vision only, there's hardly any capabilities there. So with enhanced autopilot, you can do lane changes on the highway. And FSD can only do from one highway to the other highway. It's able to change highways. But with the old style, with the old stack, where mechanically you can only do it by yourself. And that's it. So they kicked out summon. It's not available anymore.
No summon, no auto park.
No auto park. It's everything is gone. So we're waiting on that.
Now, can you do auto park with the older cars?
Yes.
Still?
Yes.
You still can. Okay.
Yes, with the older
just
cars.
the
Yes.
newer ones.
Just the new ones with vision only, without the USS. They can't do that anymore.
Now I understand you have the new refreshed Model 3.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. I had this model here since 2020, and since March this year I'm having the refresh.
When Peter says he's had this model, he means the older style Model 3. So mine is a 2019 Model 3 rear-wheel drive.
Exactly. I had a 2020 Model 3 all-wheel drive.
It was all-wheel. Okay.
It was all-wheel drive, and I was very happy with that. And since March now, I got the refresh, and the refresh is really great.
Oh, that's awesome!
So,
you were saying it's a lot quieter inside.
yeah.
The ride, the suspension
and quietness is really, really good. So
that is awesome. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
In fact, Peter warned me, don't try it because you'll be hooked.
Yeah, you will be.
So the second thing, besides the feature limitations and what it can and cannot do, that you were mentioning is the speed recognition and just signs in general compared to other automated cars in Germany. And when you say other automated cars, which brands in particular are better or behave differently?
Yeah, in Germany, of course, we compare the Tesla to the German brands like BMW, Mercedes, or Audi, or the VW. And here the speed sign recognition works really good with these cars. I was driving a BMW before, and it worked. It's quite complicated in Germany because with the speed signs we also have signs. It's only the speed is only limited in these hours, or when it's raining, or so on. So and they can read all that, and the Tesla can't do it. It can see that it's not always available. That the speed limit is not always valid, but it doesn't tell you one. It doesn't recognize it.
I see.
And the bad thing is, the recognition for the sign itself works quite well, but it overrides it with wrong map data. So it doesn't help you. It sees a speed sign like 50 kilometers an hour or 80, and afterwards it overrides it with 30 or 40.
Does it ever override it with a higher speed?
Seldom. You don't have a problem then because at least you're driving then, but it's a nuisance when it goes down very slowly. And
how often does that happen? Is that like a daily thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's really.
Does it depend on where you drive, or pretty much anywhere in Germany?
Anywhere in Germany, and of course on the road, on the country road, for example, where you live, it's always that behavior.
Wow.
It is not one time this. So the city ends, and you can go up to 100 kilometers an hour. But it sees the sign also, or maybe an 80 sign, let's say, and then it corrects itself and goes down to 50 or 30.
I see. Wow. What a shame.
That's a shame. And that is where the people are saying, why is Tesla leading in software?
Sure.
They can't even read speed signs correctly, or the behavior is not correct.
So Tesla, if you see this video, please give Germany some love. They are missing a lot of features, and it's really ruining the Tesla experience. The third point that I wanted to bring up, which I found operates very differently, is roundabouts. Are roundabouts very common in Germany?
Oh yes, we have a lot of roundabouts. It's getting more and more. There weren't so many maybe 20, 30 years ago, but they're showing up much more. And it cannot handle roundabouts at all.
Wow.
You have to quit.
You have to
quit.
turn it off.
You have to quit FSD.
Now, how do you do that? You just step on the brake?
Yeah, brake or steering wheel,
wheel,
or switch it off with
switch it off with the
lever.
drive stalk.
Yeah, that's how you have to do that.
Interesting.
So
how have you adjusted, by the way, I have to ask, to the stockless design with the steering wheel, with the buttons on the wheel now?
It works really good. So at first you're not able to operate the blinker, especially in roundabouts, because when your steering wheel is upside down,
right,
it's really difficult. You need a technique how to do that.
Well, you probably get used to it, though, I would imagine.
But when you get used to it, after a couple of days, you got no problems anymore.
That's
and
awesome.
Actually, it's easier because you can drive with one hand in your steering wheel, and just with the thumb, you can steer and you can blink. You know.
Oh, that is nice.
And that is really nice because you put your hand here and you just like that. So it's even more comfortable than before. So I love it.
Oh, that's great. I can
love
definitely
it.
see how that's
Yeah.
something you can get used to.
But you have to get used to it.
Sure. Just like a lot of things with Tesla, like the single pedal driving, for example, with the regen, that it's a short period of time where it just feels like second nature.
Exactly. But then you will miss it if you don't have it anymore. So.
True. So the fourth big difference between Germany and USA with automatic driving is changing lanes and the behavior there. Can you describe that a little bit for us, Peter? Like how it's different from what you just experienced now?
Due to the regulation and laws, it's very limited how to change a lane. So when you activate lane change with a blinker, with a stalk, it has to blink 3 times. And then it's allowed to change the lane. And you need a certain distance to the next car behind you and in front of you. And the whole procedure, I think it's 15 seconds or something like that. It shouldn't take longer.
Wow.
So if you take all together, sometimes it just doesn't work because either the timing is out, the distance is too close. And
Sure.
yeah, so it works quite well when it's not so congested on the highway, then it's okay. But if it's congested, it doesn't work because, yeah.
And you always have to manually do it.
Yeah, and then you have to manually do it, and then you have to activate the autopilot again manually.
So you were mentioning that it's law in Germany that even for BMW and Mercedes, that for any automated feature, the driver has to confirm before it actually does something?
Yes, exactly. You have to
Wow,
confirm
so that's a different... Is that going to be changing later this year?
It doesn't look like it at the moment. They are working on this.
Okay.
At the moment, you need a confirmation. So FSD supervised will be possible at the end of the year to the UNECE regulations, which are changing. So that is really good. And but that is a big topic about confirmation about the maneuvers the car will make. That is still open. We don't know yet.
So on the highway, then, even on the highway with enhanced autopilot, you can't change lanes?
Not automatically.
You always have to do it.
You always have to manually. You have to. Yeah. Well, not the lane change is automatic, but you have to start it with blinking, and then it does.
You have to start it blinking.
Yes.
I see. Interesting.
So 3 years ago, when I got my car, it was able to leave the highway by itself. So if you're on the right lane, it blinked by itself and left the highway. But then it was not obeying the laws. So they had to take it out with the software update.
Ah, interesting.
So,
wow. I did
so
not
actually
know
the
that.
function decreased over the years.
Oh my gosh, that's
yeah.
crazy. Wow.
So at the moment,
because here with enhanced autopilot, and I'm always using full self-driving, and it behaves similarly to enhanced autopilot where it will initiate the turn signal for you. But with enhanced autopilot, you have to actually acknowledge that it's going to turn by putting a little bit of force on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And as long as you do that, then it will turn, it will change
okay.
lanes. But with full self-driving, it does it without you doing anything.
Okay. No,
So that's the perfect situation. The last item here is the brand image. And I understand in United States of America, Tesla is kind of this fancy, high-tech auto manufacturer who's also getting into humanoid robots and AI. There's a general perception that it's quote-unquote cool to own a Tesla, but in Germany it is perhaps the opposite. I was very interested to hear kind of how the Germans in general, and you can't of course make a generalization for everybody, but it sounds like in general in Germany, Tesla is not that, maybe they're viewed as a threat? Would that be accurate?
It changed over the years. So 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it was cool to have a Tesla. Yes, a lot of people were saying electric vehicles are bad overall, But
They were saying it was bad?
yeah, electric vehicles, you know, because the batteries die and you know
sure,
all that
sure.
stuff. So we had the same discussion in Germany. But Tesla was a cool brand. But in the last, I would say, 2 years, it changed a lot. It changed a lot, because of Elon Musk is seen as a threat somehow, and a lot of things he's saying on Twitter is being publicized in the press. You read the newspapers, and actually a lot of people think in Germany that Elon Musk is a Nazi. That's what the
Wow.
people believe.
Is that right?
And yeah, because it so now if you say you're driving a Tesla, 8 out of 10 people say, what, you're buying a car from Elon Musk? So I know a lot of people who would love to have a Tesla, and they will not have it because of Elon Musk.
It's so crazy to
So
me.
that got really, really strong in the last year.
I wonder, so I'm going to an event in Michigan on June 15th actually. And it's with a lot of other people that own Teslas, so maybe it's not the best place to get opinions, but I just don't hear that in the United States. I mean, my network may not be that large enough to get a good sample size, but a lot of the people that I communicate with, they already own Teslas, or they already know that Teslas can do so much cool stuff. But there is the whole debate with the trucks, because as you know, in America,
It's Cybertruck.
everybody is a truck. Everybody has it, especially the further south you go. So for Tesla to come in with an electric truck that's not only electric, but also looks completely different than any other truck is very bold. And I think that has rubbed some people the wrong way. They're like, get that out of here. In fact, some people that own the Cybertrucks get a lot of hate. And it's actually
it polarizes.
quite disrespectful.
That polarizes.
disrespectfully.
Yeah, so of course Tesla is a threat for the German automakers. Of course, especially with electric cars, they're so good, the cars itself, from driving and efficiency and everything. And since Tesla is not doing any advertisement in newspapers or in TV, the news, they can say whatever they want because they are not threatened that they will not get any money from advertising anymore. So they use that to get the clicks that you get easily when you announce Tesla. And you can say the baddest things that makes clicks, and so that's not a good development. So I'm thinking Tesla is losing a lot of sales in Germany because of that.
Wow.
I could imagine they can sell double at least. I know so many people who will not buy a Tesla just because of that.
Wow. So with the experience that you just had now today in Chicago with the automatic driving, has your opinion changed? What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this technology and the future of autonomous driving from a vision approach? I mean, I'm assuming you haven't been in any other like Waymo or Cruise vehicles.
No.
Do you feel like this is something that could actually come to fruition in Germany in the near future, seeing what you saw here?
I think so. I would say so. It is. I have driven with version 11 last year, so I have a comparison between 1 year ago with the version 11. I don't know exactly which version it was, but exactly 1 year ago, and now with version 12, and the increase is dramatically. So in 11 it was also quite good, but it was very mechanical. You were a little afraid sitting inside. You were sitting on the passenger side and saying, oh, and brake and swerving and jerkiness. And that is completely away. It feels so smooth. At the beginning when we drove, I couldn't tell that. I thought you were driving. After a while, I thought it was already autopilot. FSD driving. That changed dramatically. So I had really good confidence. And as we saw, it handled the situation so great. It did some mistakes like picking the wrong lane, but that is small things. I think they will improve the next months. And the increasement is, I think they will continue to increase. I think it proves that with cameras only it works. It was also a big discussion in Germany. No, you need LiDAR and you need radar and you need a tons of sensor suites to make this happen. I think it proves that in this difficult situation in Chicago, it can handle it. So I don't think you need more.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thanks for riding along with me.
John, thank you very much for taking me with me. That was great experience. I thank you so much that you took your time for that.
Sure,
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on by, and we'll see you next time when you stop by. If you're overseas and interested in self-driving, check out TesMe. You can find me on there and book a drive to test it out yourself. Peter and I are off the camera. We're going to drive around here a little bit more to have some fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.